Hello, everyone. I'm Janelle Moos, the Advocacy Director with AARP North Dakota. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. AARP has been working to promote the health and wellness of older Americans for more than 60 years. And with these short videos, we hope we can provide you with information that might be helpful to you during the coronavirus outbreak. On March 26th, Governor Burgum signed an executive order encouraging counties to use vote by mail for the June 9th primary. In response, every county has agreed to administer the primary election by mail. This means there's no polling locations open during the primary election, and all ballots will be vote by mail. With me today is Erica Johnsrud, the McKenzie County Auditor and Treasurer. She's going to provide us an overview of the process and timeline for voting by mail. Erica, thanks for joining me today.
Hi, Janelle. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So by now, all eligible North Dakota voters should have received an application in the mail from the North Dakota Secretary of State's office. Is that right?
Yes, that is correct. All eligible voters should have received their application by May 11th. If you haven't, don't panic. You have time. Simply reach out to your county auditor. And if you're not sure who your county auditor is, there's a great resource at vote.nd.gov, which will list the name, email address, phone number of your county auditor. So I would encourage you to go to that website, reach out, call us, and we'll be happy to help you get an application.
Well, that's great, Erica. So once eligible voters have received their application, what's next?
Once you've received your vote by mail application, you need to fill it out in its entirety, sign it and return it. By May 28th is the day that we recommend. There are a few key places that we really need. We need your name, your date of birth, your residential address, a mailing address if that's different from your residential address, your signature, and the date that you signed it. Phone numbers aren't required, but they really help us if there's questions that we have and saves time as we're getting closer to the election. So we can reach out directly to you and ask any questions that we have. Also, I would just encourage you to make sure that you take a look at which boxes you really want to check for your ballot. If you check all statewide, we'll automatically also send you a ballot for the November election. So there's no need to send in another application. However, if you plan to move between now and November, I would encourage you just to check the June primary so that we're not sending you a ballot to someplace you no longer live.
Great, that's really helpful, Erica. So can you walk us through the ballot? What's unique about the June primary election in North Dakota?
Sure, there's a couple of really important things to be aware of as you're voting in the June election. North Dakota has an open primary. That just means that voters don't have to identify a party that they want a ballot for. So all three major parties are listed on one side of your ballot. But it is important for voters to know they can only vote within one party. If you cross vote, those votes won't be counted. So make sure that you do stay within that party. On the other side of your ballot, that will be all your nonpartisan races, including cities, counties, school races, measures, and any questions that might be there. It's important for all voters to know that the June election is the only and final election for cities and schools, making it much more important for voters to get out and be heard for the races that are most closely related to them. All of the top vote getters from the county, the state, and the federal races will move on to the November ballot for final election into those contests.
Great. So I think that's often sometimes where voters struggle, the difference between primary and the general election. So I think that's super important to know that difference. So now that I've got my ballot filled out, Erica, what do I do next?
Sure. So when you received your ballot in the mail, you would have received several envelopes with that. One of those is a secrecy envelope. It's usually brown in color. This envelope ensures the privacy of your vote. So make sure you put your ballot inside that secrecy envelope. Once you've done that, place that envelope inside your affidavit or return envelope. The envelope that comes back to our auditor's offices has our address on the outside. On one side of that envelope will be a place for you to sign and date that. Please make sure that you sign and date that application and that affidavit. We do use your signatures on your application and on the affidavit on the ballot to verify that you're the one that voted and you're the one that returned that. So make sure that you fill that out. It's also important to note that you can return that to us in a couple of different ways. All county auditors have a drop box available. You can find that by going to vote.nd.gov or by contacting your local auditor. Also, it's important to note if you do return it by mail, Your ballot needs to be postmarked no later than June 8th, which is the day before the election. But if you're going to drop it off in the drop box, you can do that until 4 o'clock on June 9th, election day.
Well, it looks like we've really made it easy for voters to be engaged in this process and vote by mail for the primary election. So if I need assistance as a voter with my ballot, where can I go for help?
Absolutely. Please reach out to your county auditors. We do have voter assistive devices called an express vote in every county courthouse that's available for voters that need that help with their voting their ballot. This is really cool technology, and I encourage anyone that needs help to reach out to us. We do offer those by appointment. Access to many county offices is still restricted at this time, so please call and schedule an appointment. We'll be happy to assist you in getting to that device.
I think those are really good reminders because county offices have been closed for quite some time. So I think it's important to call ahead. And as you can see on the bottom of the screen, vote.nd.gov is really an excellent resource for all voters to go to for anything that they're looking for related to questions they have for the primary. You know, are there other ways, any other tips that you have for folks, Erica, or things that you'd like to share with our viewers?
Sure. In addition to vote.nd.gov, the North Dakota Association of Counties Facebook page is a great resource. Many counties also have their own Facebook page or other social media platforms, so I encourage you to go out and find that information. One thing that's important, if you make a mistake on your ballot, that's okay. Call us, let us know. We can send you a replacement ballot by mail so that you make sure that you vote the way that you intend. One thing a lot of people don't know is on vote.nd.gov, you can actually track the status of your ballot so that you'll know when it's accepted by the auditor's office. Most important, contact your county auditor. We are here to help you through any questions that you may have through the voting process, and we want to hear from you. So be sure to call us if you have any questions.
Excellent. So remind me, if I do need to ask for a replacement ballot, if I do make a mistake, are there specific timelines that I should have in mind so that I make sure that I get my ballot back in time?
Yeah, just reach out to us as soon as possible, and we can get it to you in the best way possible, the fastest way. It might be through the mail, or there may be other county offices that can actually do that other ways, meet you in the parking lot or whatever that is. But just reach out to us and ask us, and we'll make sure that we help you get that.
Well, thank you so much. This has been really helpful. I think the more that voters have the information that they have to make really good choices about how to get their ballot in the mail, I think this has been really helpful. So thank you again for joining us, Erica. And again, folks, if you have questions, vote.nd.gov or go ahead and reach out to your county auditor. So to keep in mind also other ways to get you reminded, just some things that you want to think about to stay connected with AARP North Dakota during this coronavirus outbreak. We do have several resources for you that we have posted on our Facebook page, as well as our website, including stay connected at our facebook.nd, facebook.org.aarp.nd or aarp.org/nd. There are also still weekly coronavirus national telephone town halls. You can dial into those every Thursday at noon. They will provide you up-to-date information on things that are happening across the country. You're able to ask questions. So again, keep in mind those valuable resources that we have available to you during this outbreak. And until we can be face-to-face with you again in North Dakota, we encourage you to reach out to us online. Stay connected, stay in touch. Don't forget to vote by mail, and we'll see you soon. Thanks.